Let's talk about trends at CLHS with my team and Dr. Rowe. Welcome to the land of electronegativity and atomic radius. Jump to the left, here I am the big kind. Move to my right and I lose my size. This is all so crazy. It's the atomic radius. My tummy's growing and I'm heading down the group. Too many shields and I'm stretching. It's when the more electrons are added, the size gets smaller. The size gets smaller. Yeah, the size gets smaller. We're examining the periodic trends on the periodic table. Atomic and ionic radius. Electronegativity. Don't forget the very last one. Ionization energy. It's the periodic trends. It's the periodic trends. Now back to the table if you're willing and able to learn about ionization energy. Like what happens from group 1 to group 6. So what about from period 1 down? It's definitely shrinking, because it's easier to remove an electron from its bottom than the top. The size is growing as it's heading down the group, cause separation. Now the nucleus can't attract, cause the more electrons, more electrons, more electrons. We're examining the periodic trends on the periodic table. Atomic and ionic radius, electronegativity. Don't forget the very last one, ionization energy. It's the periodic trends. It's the periodic trends. As you move to the right, it ain't as tight. As you get lower, the shielding stops me every time. We're examining the periodic trends on the periodic table. Atomic and ionic radius, electronegativity. Don't forget the very last one, ionization energy. It's the periodic trends. Things look up when you're non-metal. Ionic radius increases for them. Whoa, that's E and C. Number of electrons exceed the protons. Because of that, from left to right. This is also crazy. When you go to the bottom, it's the same as the metals. Too small, too many shields, and I'm stretching. It's when the more electrons are added, as the radius gets smaller. And the radius gets smaller, and the radius gets smaller. We're examining the periodic trends on the periodic table. Atomic and ionic radius, electronegativity. Don't forget the very last one, ionization energy. It's the periodic trends. It's the periodic trends. Here's the last thing that I'm gonna sing. Everybody's cheering for me now. It's the last trick, I'll say it quick, about ionic radius. So hard when you're a metal, it decreases from left to right, with a loss of orbitals, but top to bottom. This increases with electron layers, from top to bottom, from top to bottom, yeah, from top to bottom. We're examining the periodic trends on the periodic table. Atomic and ionic radius, electronegativity. Don't forget the very last one, ionization energy. It's the periodic trends. It's the periodic trends.